Hello, welcome to another episode of the Stone Dog Show with Gabe Stroop and friends. This right here would happen to be the paranormal edition. My name is Gabe Stroop. I'm the Stone Dog. I'm joined with a few of my friends here. Have a little look-see. Up there in the corner, we got Mr. Troy Rolen. Say hi, Troy.
Hey.
Troy, if you don't know by now, he's a frequent co-host of the show. He works at his mom's Enchanted Attic. Shane, the next on down there, Shane Presley from Rock Paper Podcast. How are you, sir?
I'm good, Gabe. How are you, my friend?
Dude, I appreciate you being on the show, letting me drag you on, even though you're, I think, 800-something episodes into your own show at this point, right?
Yeah, 805 went out the other day.
So congrats on that, first off.
Thank you, sir.
I wanted to have you on this episode along with Troy here because you guys are not going to be on a lot of things together, but since you haven't met yet, I thought it'd be kind of fun if we talked about this. Mario, I want to introduce you next here to the Stone Dog Show. Mario Spina, how you doing, sir?
Doing very well. How are you guys?
We are good. Your phone just did some kind of, I don't know if that was like a glitch thing or if you just like moved that fast. That was fucking insane.
Paranormal.
I moved so fast.
Yeah, and now you're moving slow and it's fucking with my head. But anyway, Mario is a longtime friend of mine. We have been in too many bands together, played too many shows, traveled too many places, lived in too many houses. I've heard him snore through too many walls. But now he's a family man. He's also got his own project, We Can Escape, which we'll discuss a little bit tonight. But I wanted to have him on here because we've had plenty of weird experiences together. I know that sounds kind of funny, Shane. I know you'd like to take that places maybe I wouldn't want to go. What I mean is paranormal experiences. Melissa Wineger, I want to talk to you next, introduce you to the show. How are you, my friend?
Doing great.
It's good to see you. We've been friends. We've been friends for a shorter period than the time we've known each other.
That is true.
I would say. But we've known each other since the 90s, I would say at least. Right?
Like 99, 2000.
Right.
That would be a good assumption.
We went to high school together. But besides all that, we have a lot of history, you know, partying different places, hanging out different places, different houses I've lived, different Ouija boards that you've gotten me, like just all kinds of different shit. So again, just I'm close with all you guys. The first episode, this paranormal thing, wanted to kind of get a base for what I want to do with it. I also wanted to introduce my lovely wife, Freya. She's here, if you can see her. Yeah. But she'll be helping with a few things during the show. Melissa, I would kind of mention the different things that we've done, the different places we've hung out. Out of all the weird experiences that we've had together, what's one that really sticks out in your head?
The smoking room at the Stone Dog house.
Yeah.
And that speaker would play music all throughout the house, and we couldn't figure out what the hell was going on. That night, me and you stayed up until 4 or 5 a.m., and there was somebody trying to get in with those doorknobs rattling. Do you remember that? Or did I just make that up?
No, I remember that because we were the only two up, and it was like end of the night kind of thing. We're just hanging out talking, and then all of a sudden the door starts rattling. So yeah, so me and Melissa are standing there talking, and it was a room where it was really easy to tell if someone was on the other side of this door. It was like a patio kind of thing.
They had doors and windows all the way on that one side.
Yeah, so we're standing there talking, and there was all kinds of creepy shit that happened at this house anyway. But we're talking, and all of a sudden the door rattles like somebody's trying to get in. And so we both look at each other. We're like, what the fuck? I just look around. I look out the front door to see if anybody's there. There's nobody there. I mean, you know, it's not incredibly scary, but it's just something compounded with all the things happening at that house that added to it for sure. Mario, same thing about you, man. I kind of mentioned how long we've been friends. We've lived in many different houses together. I would say that, in my opinion, the Stone Dog house is what we called it, the one we lived in St. Clair, Missouri. That was one where everybody, that's the one Melissa was just talking about. That was the one where everybody was having experiences. It wasn't just one person or one area. Me and you have lived in a lot of different places. We've never, I mean, that was the only place that we really had anything like that happen, right?
Right, man. I distinctly remember like quite a few times coming downstairs and seeing like nobody there, but a ceiling fan was on, but like the light, I mean, you know, just weird shit, like little things like knowing that there's like traces of somebody being there, but nobody was home.
There was times where there was the attic, remember? Because me and you lived upstairs.
Oh yeah.
And I remember frequently hearing, it sounded like someone was walking up the stairs. And there were times when someone would be up in my room with me and we'd be like sitting there or something, and it'd be, I don't know, it could be daytime or nighttime, and it would sound like someone's like we swore someone's walking up the stairs. There'd be nobody there. There was this light in that crawl space. That crawl space freaked me the fuck out. And there was a doorway with this light that you could only turn on by walking in. Like you had to walk like in there to fucking turn this thing on or off.
You had to walk like you had to walk like into a closet and then go into the crawl space and then turn on the light. Remember?
Yeah. So
yeah, it was, and that crawl space, if you remember, went through like 3/4 of that house. It was fucking weird.
Mm-hmm.
That would be on and off different times. There was one night where somebody was in the room with me again, and like it sounded like someone was walking around inside the room. There was another night where we attempted, for whatever stupid reason, to get a hold of a Ouija board. So we all start calling Melissa, and we were like, hey, like if anybody knows where to find one, she will. And Melissa, where'd you find that?
So, who was the common friend? There was a common friend that I called, and he got the Ouija board. And it was from a girl who had died in a car accident, like an ATV accident, like 2 years prior to that. And that was her Ouija board that I found us. So it was already creepy. It was not good to play with that one.
Sure. So, I mean, we get it. And I don't know what happened. I'm not saying I believe it or don't believe it. It was weird. That night, I believed it. I can tell you that. We all did. And that could, I mean, Cheddar will probably watch this. My friend Chad Johnson, if he was fucking with it, or Victor, my friend Victor, if he was the one fucking with it, I think they would tell me by now. I mean, everybody swears they did. And of course, every story is like that. And it could be anything. I mean, I'm not, one thing I want to be clear in this show, I'm not saying anything is real. I just want to talk about it all and kind of talk about things that have happened to me. But I mean, that night in particular, I wasn't even touching it. And this thing we were asking it who it was. And I remember it spelled out my brother's initials that passed away. I asked, is there such thing as heaven and hell? And I remember it went directly to yes. And then the last thing I said was, are you proud of me? And it went to yes. And at that point, I just kind of lost my shit, right? I also asked at some point, it just somehow centralized on me. And like I said, this could be just because my friends were there, but I mean, these guys didn't know my brother's name. He died in 1992. They had no way of knowing initials besides Jason and Stroop. They couldn't have got the L, I mean, but like I said, there's plenty of ways that could have happened. And also, I'm not somebody that particularly gets heavily involved when it comes to speaking with the dead. I think it's interesting. I also, in my opinion, I do think that something's out there. And I think that if you start messing with the wrong thing, anything can trick you into believing what you want to believe. So I'm not saying that you couldn't talk to a dead relative. I just know that I've had best friends die that I would think if anybody would try to reach out to me, they would reach out to me, right? We've had family members that pass away, and you would think that would be the thing. I think that in some cases, like I said, not all, some people are just looking for what they want to see and what they want to hear, So I try to be careful of that. Troy, do you have anything, on this topic, anything scary ever happened to you that you couldn't explain?
I wouldn't say scary, but I would say like all that stuff exists. So like what Gabe was saying earlier, my parents own a metaphysics store. So we sell like a whole bunch of different things like on like believing in this. Like we sell tarot cards and we sell like angel boards instead of Ouija boards and self-help books and all that kind of stuff. My thing was more of like a psychic thing that I kind of did when I was a kid. When I was like 3, I predicted my sister's birth. I would be like in the living room and stuff and keep saying that like I heard a girl crying, like a baby crying, and my parents would always console me and be like, what are you talking about? And they would take me out to the front yard and be like, there's nothing out here or whatever. And that went on for like a few months. And then all of a sudden I said, oh, I hear a girl crying. They're like, okay, where is it at? And I said it was in a bedroom. And the next day they found out they were pregnant. At the time they were trying to get pregnant, but no, obviously they didn't tell me because I was a 3-year-old, you know? Well, that was my biggest weird thing.
So how old were you at this point?
3. Like when you're 3, you think that the kids come in by storks.
So you would hear, and do you remember this or do they tell you this?
I don't remember that one specifically. I remember other things.
Okay. Like what?
Like, so I had like a vivid dream of like someone getting hurt like at a mine. And then we went to a crystal mine like a month later. And they told us that we couldn't go into this one spot because a person got like hurt when they were blasting. And it was like exactly how my dream was. And I'd never been to that place or seen it before. And that was when I was 10. I have a lot of dreams like that every once in a while.
Okay, well, hey, if you ever have one about me, then fuck the fuck off, first of all, unless it's good, then I need to know. And if it's bad and you didn't try to make it good in your dream, then I'm still going to be mad at you. So whatever thing that you do, I'm going to be pissed, just so you know. Thank you for sharing that, man. We've been friends a long time. I don't think I've ever heard that. That's cool. Has it happened recently?
No, not really. I think recently I'm
Not really, Troy. Not really.
No, right now I think I'm too busy.
You may have had a dream that's predicting the future recently. Yeah. You just kind of don't remember. So he's not claiming to be a psychic, but he's a psychic. Shane, you're pretty much a massive fucking hater when it comes to this kind of shit. I've asked you to do paranormal stuff before. It's part of the reason, again, I bring up why I started the show. Because people, even Melissa, when we started, she's like, why are you having Shane on that's done so many episodes? I'm like, because he wouldn't do what I wanted him to do. He was like, fuck you, do your own thing. Right. So I'm like, okay, well, do it with me. Let me ask you, buddy, you ever had anything scary happen to you that you couldn't explain besides like zebra cakes being sold out, like due to pandemic?
That's the worst, man.
It is, dude.
You know, man, like I don't really, that's the thing. Like I
your memory pack being out of memory.
Yeah, that's also the worst. You know, I like you know, I believe in this stuff, like, you know, to where I think it all happens. I believe people's stories when they share them, but I've never had really a personal thing. So it's hard for me to really get super invested into it. And which, like, you know, when you wanted me to do it on my show, it just wasn't something I was that interested in. And I wouldn't be able to even know what to really talk about very much, you know? So,
spooky guy per se.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I've watched enough movies and documentaries and different things where people are telling their stories, and like I'm interested in it, but just like I said, I haven't really had much happen to me per se. But listening to some of these stories did remind me of just recently. My mother passed in December, and it wasn't very long after all that. Like I had a very, very realistic, vivid dream, and like kind of freaked me out, like just but it was like, it wasn't like bad at all. It was just, it was like it was kind of like we were fast forward into the future somewhere, and she was, you know, fine and healthy and stuff. And so I don't know, it really kind of messed with me in the morning when I woke up, that like having this conversation with her and stuff in my dream. And I don't know, I wrote about it online. A lot of people say that it's very common, that like, you know, having a lot of, it's just their way of letting you know everything's okay or something, that kind of thing. So maybe that's what happened. I don't really know, but like it was nice. Like it was you know, not like, even though it was in the dream state and stuff, it was nice to have some sort of contact or whatever with her, if that's what it was. And so it was kind of weird though.
I can imagine, man. I've not had any dreams like that. I've had friends that have said, like I have a buddy, Pat Whitwam, that passed away a couple years ago, and I have some friends that swear up and down, and I believe them, that they've had vivid dreams about him. I just haven't. And
Yeah.
same with like my brother growing up. I never have had any dreams about him. Anybody that's passed away, I've never had any dreams about anybody. I've had weird things happen, which I'll talk about in a minute. I had my uncle Scott told me that he had a dream that after my brother Jason passed away, he was in this place that looked like an old house, and it ended up in his mind it was somehow heaven, and that's where he met my brother Jason and my cousin Justin that had passed away in a car accident, and they had told him that they were okay but he couldn't stay, you know, stuff like that. All that stuff really interests me. I think it's whether it be, you know, DMT, that, you know, near-death experience kind of stuff that people see, whether that be due to some chemical in your brain or whether that's because there's something else out there, I really don't know. I want to put my wife on the spot here.
When I was really, really little, like I can't even remember it at all. My parents always just told me. But there was a house that wasn't far from where I lived. And so every time we would drive by it, I would freak out and cry and say that I had to stop and I had to go in that house and get my kids. And I had like 10 kids, but I had a very abusive husband, and I don't know, like made, like it was just elaborate. But yeah, so I would freak out every single time. And then, you know, I just started growing up, and then just a few times we would go by it and I'd still be like, oh yeah, I need to go in that house or whatever. And then I just stopped talking about it. And then the family that lived there just up and left the house. Like they never went back. And I broke into it like when I was in high school, and like everything was still there. Like a 1997 calendar was hanging up still, like I think April. It was crazy. So yeah, I don't know. Now the house is tore down, so can't go investigate anymore.
My background, you guys know, but just for the show's purpose, when we talk about this kind of stuff, my dad was a preacher. I've mentioned a couple times. When I say preacher, that can mean a lot of different things. I mean specifically Pentecostal, Assembly of God. So think strict, like speak in tongues type of thing, but without the hairnets, and you could like wear makeup, but you still couldn't go to school dances or go to movie theaters, or you were going to hell. So
That's bullshit.
well, yeah, that was my life, right? And my dad would buy me books about, you know, aliens being demons and stuff like that. I would constantly read like the book of Revelation. I would read that over and over again growing up. It was the most fascinating book of the Bible to me, just because it's supposed to tell you how everything ends up, like the end of the world stuff. So when I think paranormal, I think all of that. I kind of ball it into that one big thing. And, you know, as far as the Bible goes, you can argue with me if you want to, but I know what it says, and it doesn't ever say in the Old Testament, especially, that magic isn't real. There is a story that talks about King Saul, and whenever before David became king, if you know anything about the Old Testament, there was a point where Saul was losing favor with God, the Bible says. And this is not Bible scholar time with anybody. I'm just telling you what I know. Okay, this is a story. A prophet comes to King Saul and he says, hey, you've lost favor with God, so King David's going to become king. And Saul starts freaking out, and he goes to consult a medium. He gets met by a prophet again, and he's cursed because of this. But the whole thing it was because he went and consulted the medium. It wasn't like the Bible specifically. It tells you not to consult spirits. It doesn't tell you that they aren't real. So there's no point where it says this isn't real. It just tells you that bad things are going to happen if you mess with that sort of thing. That's why I wanted to talk about it on the show, because I grew up around a lot of different things like it as far as the church goes. Like I wasn't allowed to watch Ghostbusters, but I remember sitting in church pews thinking at any second like a demon was going to come down the aisle or something like that, because they were talking about it during church. Like, it, you know, when they talked about demons and things like that, those were real. It wasn't like a ghost might be in the closet. It was Satan is real, and a demon is real. Like I would constantly picture in my head what that would be like. I wanted to talk about it on the show and hopefully have people smarter than me on the show to talk about it. But, we'll try again next time. Before we take a break, I want to take a quick second just to talk about something that's not paranormal. Mario, it's been a long time since we've hung out, talked, anything. Like I said, I mentioned that we've been in many bands together, but you're actually doing something solo now. You're starting to work it up, right? What are you doing now?
Pretty much, I just have, I mean, as you know, you get a plethora of riffs or music together that doesn't really work with whatever project it is that you're in at that time or doing at that time. So I just decided that I was like, well, like I have this kind of like catalog of music that I just need to do something with, and it needs to get out there. I just need to do something with. And I just thought that it would be fun to just kind of like maybe have a few of my friends in the music scene just kind of collaborate and just come in and maybe, do 1 or 2 songs. And it's not going to be anything like, playing live or anything like that. It's just kind of going to be like, come in and let's write a song together and we'll put it out, and that's really it. Just another outlet, really.
That's the whole reason why I started writing to begin with, is because, and it wasn't anybody in particular, and even bands that I was in that you weren't in, just going way back. Like there was,
Right.
It always came a time where the wheels stopped turning, and most times it wasn't my fault, or maybe it was, or whatever the reason. It still was a thing where like I still needed to make music regardless of what everybody else wanted to do. So taking those steps to learn how to structure everything out, do it on my own and then start recording it. I mean, it's opened up so much for me. So it's awesome. Do you have any plans on trying to record something? Like you're going to try to do something this year?
There were plans to do something this year, and obviously with the troubling and unsettling times, things have been put off a little bit. But, the whole point of it is just, like I said, another outlet. So it's not really anything that is, I guess, like something that I'm really going to stress over, when the time comes and it's lines up right, with whoever it is that I'm doing whatever with, then, it'll work. And at that point is whenever, something will be released. But until then, really at this point, it's just like, I like to go to grocery shopping without having to wear a fucking mask.
Get a turkey sandwich first without having to fucking cover my damn face.
Right. Here, let me drink like 6 beers and just sweat my nuts off in your face while I'm fucking hammering on the guitar.
All right. On that note, Troy, wake the fuck up. How you feeling, buddy?
Feeling good.
If I had to ask you what your favorite Skyburnt White song was, what would you say? What?
Oh, actually, Ghost Train.
Ghost Train. Well, that's 333. So not tonight. No, I was just fucking with you. On every show, between breaks, I'm going to play music. Some of it's going to be from me. Some of it's going to be from some of my friends. Tonight, we have my good friend Mario Spina on the show with me. So the first song that we're going to do is a song from one of our bands that's still in existence. We haven't called it quits.
Falling.
This is... That's way back, Melissa. Thank God there's nothing
Way back.
online of that with me trying to scream.
I still have a CD.
If I ever scream in a recording, just know it's me going like that with an effect on it, because I cannot scream worth a shit. I used to try and it was bad. Fucking.
And then Dill did it for a little while, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dill was better than me though. We're gonna play a song called Smoke. It's got a little bit of a creepy vibe, I would say, kind of goes along with this show. This is something, like I said, from Skyburnt White, and it's Skyburnt White.
Check out the music video too with the
featuring,
yeah.
If you check out the music video for this baby, Mr. Shane Presley appears in it. He's the evil reverend, if you see him there.
My acting debut.
Reverend. This song is called Smoke. It's by Skyburnt White. On the Stone Dog Show, we're going to be right back here with the Tournament of Death. Death. right after this.
Welcome to the point of no return. It's a light you've been avoiding, and you can't play in this fight without someone getting burned. So I'm just waiting for the flames, 'cause you have a choice to make. Don't know why you're running, 'cause there's nowhere to go. And I trace every wall that gets me back, just in time for me to save me. And then I watch so many of you fail to simply stand behind a single word you say. Don't know why you're running, 'cause there's nowhere to go. If there's one thing that I know, it's that no one's gonna be there when it all comes crashing down. You have to fix your problems now. Need you to speak words. Your actions all I'm hearing anymore. 'Cause I know you never say what you mean. Simply cannot wait till you're facing your end. You can try and blame me for what you gave up back then. Oh, there's nowhere to go. This is now your point of no return. If there's one thing that I know, it's that no one's gonna be there when it all comes crashing down. Have to fix your problems now. I don't need you to speak words. Your actions all I'm hearing anymore. 'Cause I know you never say what you mean. I know that you will still try to keep on running away. I know that you simply cannot wait.
Welcome back to the Stone Dog Show. Right now, we got something pretty damn exciting for you coming up, so get fucking excited, all right? This right here is the fucking Tournament of fucking Death. Tournament of Death, bitches. And this is the Tournament of Death of the best scary character / monster from TV / movies / life. When the slash means it can include all those things. Okay, Shane? Got it?
Or Slash from Guns N' Roses.
Do you have any? Sure.
Right.
That's if he scares you, you can put him down. My wife is going to help me keep track. All right, so what we're going to do, I asked you guys to come up with your top scary characters. We're going to start with Mr. Troy Rolen. Troy.
Scarecrow. He's pretty scary.
Who?
From Jeepers Creepers. Scarecrow from Jeepers Creepers.
Okay, that's your scariest of all time.
Dude, like he gets cut up like a whole bunch of times in the movie, and then he still comes back after people. Like the only thing that stops him is like he runs out of time.
Okay, so again, scariest of all time is some stupid fucking scarecrow. All right, check. Shane. Shane, next for you, buddy.
One I remember like as a kid, I remember watching this and freaked out, and that would be Jeff Goldblum as the Fly.
I thought you were just gonna say Jeff Goldblum for a second. Jeff Goldblum in Jurassic Park was terrifying. All right.
Every time.
I'll take that. So yeah, that's a good one. The Fly.
Yeah.
So that was the one where he was the scientist, right? And he was doing some. He didn't mean to do with the Fly, right? It was somehow the Fly got in the thing.
They got in the pod
with him, right? And turned him into a fly.
Yeah.
And then he was still in love with the chick, and then she was like, "You're a fly, homie. Don't be touching me with those fucking tentacles," right? On to you, Mr. Mario Spina.
Yeah. My number one scariest of all time would be Freddy Krueger. Don't let the fucking sarcastic demeanor fool you. Dude, you can't go to sleep. You have to stay awake. You cannot go to sleep. So, you're pretty much fucked.
I mean, that's a good one for sure. I mean, because in your dreams, he was like invincible, right?
Right.
That was his thing?
That's the only time he could kill you is when you were sleeping.
But if you're...
The only time that he could get you was whenever you would go to sleep. And I know that, like, in the movies, like, they make him out to be, like, lighthearted and he, like, makes jokes and it's, like, kind of funny to watch and entertaining. But, like, if you think about it, it's like, dude, that's horrifying. You can't fucking go to sleep.
Now, let me ask you, though, can you see him during the day? Like, does Freddy Krueger, especially during, like, the pandemic, does he still have to go grocery shopping? Like, are you going to see him at fucking, like, Aldi or something?
I don't think you would know.
And if you do, could you just jack him in the jaw and that's it? Like, because he's a bitch during the day? Is that his thing?
Just like a solid gut punch, and then you're just like, fuck you, man.
Like, so in your dreams, are you just like, dude, you better just wait till I wake up, because I'm going to beat that ass as soon as I wake up? Am I wrong?
You'll get.
I'm asking.
You're about to get a glass bottle to the Adam's apple.
Like, can you see him if you're not dreaming, or does he only come in your dreams? Okay.
No, he just haunts your dreams, man.
Well, how do you get him out of your dreams?
I don't know. You got to outsmart the motherfucker, I guess.
Did you watch the movies?
Yes, I watched them.
Like, give me the three things that you need. If you have a dream and Freddy Krueger is fucking in your dream, like, what are the first three things that you're gonna go to your tool shed and grab, Mario?
He's got a hand of knives, so you're probably gonna want some sort of like barrel or a shield of some sort. I feel like you might want to fight fire with fire and maybe grab like another knife. I don't know how you fight fucking. I don't know.
So you grab. So he's got knives, and you would grab one knife. Like, would you run at him with that one knife? Like, would you throw it at him and just hope that one, like, that you have somehow in all your years of watching people throw knives have enough experience to throw a knife across the room at somebody?
And just hope that I'm just like deadly accurate on the first try.
Shane, what's the first three things you're getting if you have Freddy Krueger show up in your dreams? What are you going to your tool shed to get?
Oh, jeez.
Look at Troy, he's so tired.
No, I know what I'm gonna get.
All right, you go first, Troy.
All right, Troy.
I need one thing: a dream catcher.
Hey,
Oh!
Get stuck in the dream catcher, then you set it on fire.
Oh, is that how you do it in the movies?
That's how you do it in life.
That's how you do it in life.
Tell it to you. It's $14.95. theenchanted.com.
Melissa, first three things you're getting if Freddy Krueger shows up in your dreams from your tool shed.
Gasoline.
What? Scaffolding?
Gasoline?
I thought you said scaffolding. I'm like, what?
Jump on top of him? Like, no. No. What
I'm gonna push this somewhere and get on top of it, you son of a bitch.
You can't get me.
That's
Oh my God.
fine. No.
Don't move it. Don't move it.
Gasoline.
Don't move it. I moved it. Ah. All right. Anyway, moving on. So Freddy Krueger is Mario's vote. Good vote. Melissa.
Mario stole mine.
Okay. Give me
Do
another
I need another one?
one. No, we're just gonna quit.
Can I use Sully from Monsters Inc? Is that a monster?
I don't know who that is. Who?
Okay, I won't do that one.
I'll allow it.
Freya, I bet knows it. But I will go with either Chucky or Annabelle or any of the other scary, creepy fucking dolls out there.
Okay, you have to pick one. So pick one.
That's literally the shit out of me.
What?
That Chucky.
Chucky. Okay, Chucky.
That's a little fucking freaky doll.
Wanna play?
It doesn't have to be a scary character. It could be just a scary thing, right? When I was 2 years old, the Petra album, This Means War, was the most terrifying thing I had ever heard in my fucking life. I would go downstairs and my brothers would be playing ping pong to the Petra album, This Means War album. Hold on, I'll see if I can find a... Tell me when you're like 3 or 4 years old, you're coming down the stairs and it's like dark down there and they're just like playing ping pong and you don't know what the fuck's going on and you peek around the corner. I just peed a little. Like seriously, it still scares me a little bit. Petra, the 80s Christian rock band, is gonna get my vote.
You're laughing at me for picking Scarecrow from.
That was fucking terrifying, Troy.
You're scared of a Christian
It
rock
was.
band?
I'm thinking of things that honestly scared me when I was little.
Oh, you're going to hell.
Troy, what do you got, you son of a bitch?
What am I supposed to do now?
Your next one. What do you mean? Do you need a diagram like Garrett did?
No, I'm good. Whatever. A horde of zombies.
So which zombies? Like, be specific. Which zombie from which, like, the movie? Which movie zombies?
I was thinking like 38 Days Later. They're worse because they like mutate. Those are better. Let's do those ones.
28 Days Later?
Yeah, 20. Yeah.
I will agree. Those were the scariest zombies in my opinion. Mario, what do you think was the scariest zombies that ever existed?
Dude, by far, 28 Days Later zombies.
Yeah?
By far, 28 Days Later zombies. Any zombie that, like, just runs and is nothing but, like, angry. And, you know, if you can give me, like, you know, Day of the Dead zombies or, like, you know, Night of the Living Dead zombies. They're slow, stupid.
Like dragging.
I'll take that, but don't make me have to run for my life because I will lose.
Yeah, like what's that?
You know?
One of those movies is like the dude runs away and he knows his wife is still in the room, but he still runs anyway. And he's like, He hears her like screaming and stuff, and he thinks she's dead, but then like he's survived, and then he goes and one of the survivors is his fucking wife. Oh my God, that was so fucked up. And those things run so fucking fast. Shane, we talked about how fast kids can run. Like you probably know better than anybody how fast children can run, right? You would say?
Right.
I mean, these things run way faster than any kid I've ever seen run. For sure.
Like a rabid adult.
Shane, what you got, buddy?
I'm gonna say the xenomorphs from Alien.
The xenomorphs. Is
Yeah.
that the actual species? Is that what they're called?
Yep.
Okay. Those were the things that have the mouth opens and then the tongue comes out, but it's actually another like head or something, right?
Yeah.
And then what?
Yeah. There's a couple different breeds in the movie, but yeah, the xenomorphs are like pull up the picture for you. They got the big head. There you
Oh
go.
yeah.
Oh yeah, those guys, I'll agree.
For this guy.
Yep, that he's a dick.
Yeah.
Melissa, what you got?
Does Bigfoot count? Because when you're little and your dad's telling you Bigfoot stories, they're really fucking scary.
So Bigfoot scares you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Even sometimes as an adult.
I mean, some people are really into Bigfoot stuff. It doesn't scare me at all. I just think that it's either like some kind of animal or something, but like it doesn't. I just don't see like anything that the nickname of it could be the foot. It just doesn't scare me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, watch out for the foot. Like, it's just it doesn't intimidate me at all. Mario, go.
Yeah. So the next one for me would be the chick from The Ring that crawls out of the fucking well and like crawls out of the TV.
Oh, that's
crawls
a
out
good
of the
one.
TV, and dude, then you end up all like, you know, like me, like stuck. No,
Nailed it.
fuck that.
Yeah, for sure.
Fuck that.
That's a whole lot of no thank you. Right?
Yeah.
That bitch starts crawling at me. I'm either gonna kick her
No.
right in the face, or I'm just gonna
Dude.
run. Like, I'll try to kick her
Yeah.
once. I'll kick her right in the fucking face once.
Yeah.
You start crawling at me out of my fucking TV. First off, I'm pissed off because you broke my TV. Second off, I'm kicking you in the face, and you better hope that you can withstand the force of my kick, because if not, then I'm fucked. But anyway, that's what I do. My first pick second pick actually, second to Petra, is gonna be, I'm gonna go Satan. Just straight up Satan. Not as scary as 1980s Petra, but pretty scary. You know, if you're someone who believes that Satan exists, there's really not anything scarier than having like the Prince of Darkness like show up at your house. Melissa, right? I'm not talking like you wake up in the middle of the night and it could be something, or there's like a mist. I'm talking you wake up and it's like 150% like evil. Like, you know, this is fucking Satan.
So I've had one of those moments, but
Wow. Okay.
I didn't know if it was going to be like sleep paralysis. Is that what they call it?
Sure.
So it was like in pitch black basement, and this face looked like it was lit up in the pitch black, coming at me and like making this sucking in noise.
What? Say that again?
Yeah, it was after I played with that fucking Ouija board at the Stone Dog house.
What
Dude,
happened?
no,
now?
thank
I
you.
told you that?
No. Tell me that again.
After we played with the Ouija board,
Mm-hmm.
I went home. It was really dark. I was living in my dad's basement at Lake Thunderbird, and everything was dark, but I could feel like something looking at me, and I just kind of played it off. Sometimes I
Kevin.
may have been under the influence, so
And you
I
guys
didn't
weren't
think
married yet or together, so it was weird.
Mm-mm.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
So then I go to bed that night, and I turn off all the lights, and we're in the basement. I'm in the basement alone, and I wake up out of sleep, and it's like this face coming at me, lit up in the dark, like making a sucking in noise. And I got so freaked out, I had to sleep with all the lights on that night. So I don't know if it was sleep paralysis or because I was playing with the Ouija board, like I just had all those thoughts, but it was a couple weeks after the Ouija board.
I mean, you just woke up,
hmm
so it was like a bad dream kind of a thing?
And it's coming at my face. And that's what I thought, but I was fully awake to turn on all my lights. So was it like so quick of a dream that I was dreaming and then woke up and it all just felt real? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, that's fucking weird, man.
But Satan coming at your face. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, Satan, listen, if you try to come at my face, I'm going to straight up fucking punch you right in yours, okay? You are not coming at my face, Satan. No, thank you, Satan. You will not come at my face, Satan. Shane, you gonna let Satan come at your face?
No way.
Shane, tell me the truth. Satan comes at your face. What do you do?
Get the
Sweet chin
towel.
music.
Kevin, are you gonna like say someone's face?
Troy, are you trying to dodge it? Are you just?
Bob and weave. Bob and weave.
Matrix, man.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
Dodge a wrench, you can dodge a Satan.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm not letting Satan come at my face. That's not happening.
For one, like, what do you think the level of the temperature of that shit is?
Whoa!
Lava.
Whoa!
You know?
Fucking disgusting. We are
I'm
not
just
talking
saying.
about that.
Because think about it, if you even get it, if you got it on your shirt, then it's like now you let you
Dude, there
light
could be
up.
kids that watch this show. Straighten the fuck up, Mario.
Oh, I'm
Fuck.
sorry.
And Troy, what's your next vote?
I have a good another one.
I don't have background music yet because it's not edited, so I'll do it for you. A boom 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 boom. Troy, boom boom.
I don't have a good another one. Come back to me. I'll think about it.
You have nothing. Wait. Listen, I know you. Okay, I know you really well. You're telling me there's nothing else that you're scared of?
Well,
This could be life, dude. This could be life. What are you scared of?
What else am I supposed to be afraid of?
Could be an album.
All right, moving on. Shane, you got a vote? Shane,
Yeah.
we'll let Troy think.
I also wrote down Gremlins.
Gremlins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gremlins are scary.
Because, I mean, they're like, in the movie, there's obviously still a lot of comedy parts, but, I mean, they're definitely pretty freaky. And then the fact that they can multiply by just getting, wet. So.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? Because they're awesome until you just get them, like, wet. Like, if you pour water on them, you're
Yep.
fucked, right?
Yep.
Because what's Gizmo's the one that's super cool, right?
Right.
Like, you could hang out with that dude all day. Just eat pizza rolls and stuff, watch Star Wars. He's fucking badass. But then, like, give him some water. He's like my cats. Except, like, Mitch is a gremlin if you don't leave the water running. Like, if I don't leave the water running, she acts like a bitch. Mario, you got another pick?
Yeah, Candyman. Candyman scares the shit out of me.
Okay.
Are you familiar?
Yeah, you're Candyman.
Yeah, you say his name 5 times, then all of a sudden, like a 7-foot tall, really scary
I thought it was 3 times.
man appears with a hook for a hand and a voice that sounds like he's been smoking menthol cigarettes since he was like 2 years old.
So it's basically you in like 20 years.
Oh my God.
Hook hand
Yeah.
and all.
Right. Right. It's my strong hand.
He doesn't look scary to me. That dude just looks like, oh my God, somebody jammed a hook on my hand. That doesn't look scary.
He will tear you to bits, Gabe.
When all those like bees and coming out of his mouth and shit.
Yeah, fuck bees.
I mean, I don't like bees or anything, but if you come at me with bees coming out of your mouth,
And a hook
that's
hand.
that's more your problem than mine. Like, that's not affecting me.
Gabe's
How's that
got a
affecting me?
strong hand.
I'm just gonna be like, what the fuck? You got bees in your mouth.
Hey, what if you're allergic? man?
He's got bees in his mouth and a strong hand.
It's fine. We need votes because Troy's lame. Melissa, you got another one?
Pennywise. I don't like clowns.
Tell me is Pennywise the clown?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
You can't tell what's behind his makeup. I just don't like clowns in general. Like,
clowns don't scare me, dude, at
I
all.
want to see your fucking face. And
They
don't
just-
make me fucking laugh if I don't want to fucking laugh.
They don't scare me. They're just like, okay.
Well, when I show up in your bedroom at 3 o'clock in the morning with clown makeup, you let me know how you feel about that.
Then you better be comfortable with like a 300-pound dude like flying at you.
Heaven.
I might not weigh quite that much, but every bit of 280, all right? Coming straight at you. Better have some of Mario's knives. I don't know, Mario. If I have to grab 3 things from my shed, if Freddy Krueger's coming at me, I'm grabbing, like, why would you not grab a gun?
You keep
That
a gun
seems
in
to be the obvious thing.
But how often are guns in sheds?
I don't know. Like, if there was a chance Freddy Krueger was coming for me, I would have a gun.
In your shed.
Yeah.
Maybe like a pitchfork.
You know what? I'm done with this. All right, is it my turn? Troy, you got to pick.
Does it have to be a scary movie character or just like a
It can be anything from life, movies, TV, anything.
like a life thing would be like a shadow person.
Okay.
Because those are pretty scary if you see one in real life.
A friend of mine said frequently that they saw shadow people. She would say that she would see them. And it would be like, where? And she'd be like, they were standing by the house. I'm like, okay. But another time, like, we were walking like in a graveyard or something, and they like fell down, and we were all like, what happened? And she was like, she woke up and she was like, who is Cynthia? And like, what are you talking about? And got her to the car, and then like I went back and was just like looking around to see, like, just look at the ground, you know, to see what had happened. I swear it was like a movie almost, but I look at the gravestone, and the name on the fucking gravestone was Cynthia, like Cynthia something. So I don't know. Like I said, I've never seen shadow people. So I already said Satan. He's pretty scary. I'm gonna put spiders. Spiders suck. No?
Spiders are terrifying.
Dude, like a giant ass spider, Troy. If you get trapped in a cave with like a giant spider.
I got a big ass foot. I'm not worried about a spider.
Troy also tries to put hot dogs in my face when I fall asleep around him, so I'm not really taking his advice on anything.
Yeah. You were well fed.
So spiders, let me see how many we got here. Need one more. Who's got one more?
Werewolves.
Werewolves! Woo! All right.
I was gonna vote merman.
We're gonna put merman scares you, dude. I gotta say, listen, I do this frequently on this show because it's my show and I change things. I'm gonna take off Petra because Petra is scary, okay, but it's not as scary as being in the ocean underwater and seeing just something enormous coming towards you. That would be fucking insane. So like just the ocean, you know, under, you know, the deep ocean scares the shit out of me. It really does. I would go down in a submarine. I might even scuba dive. No. But like, I'm going to be terrified if something actually shows up. Like, oh my God, just scares the shit. I was playing Assassin's Creed the other night, and I was swimming, and I was like underwater. I'm like, I just want to see how deep I can go. I like dove down, and I come up, and all of a sudden these fucking dolphins come swimming underwater in a fucking group, like at me. And I'm like, ah! It really made me like jump. I fucking hate being underwater with things that are bigger than me. I hate it. I fucking hate it. Troy, you know what I'm saying? So like so you see some big shadow coming at you underwater, you're just fine with it.
Yeah?
What the fuck? Really, Troy? I have been places with you, and unless you're drunk, you would be scared. If you were drunk, you might just be like, yeah, fuck you.
It was the scarecrow underwater, though.
Me and Troy.
Them or not?
Oh, man. Anyway. All right, first matchup is Scarecrow versus the Fly. Troy, what you got?
Duh, Scarecrow.
Scarecrow, because Troy's terrified. The most terrifying thing Troy could think of is a fucking scarecrow.
Dude, you can't kill him. The only thing that killed him was time. He runs out of days. He's the only guy.
He's human?
He's not.
Mario, what you got?
I think I'll take Scarecrow in this one.
Okay.
Jeepers, creepers.
Shane?
Jeepers.
Where'd you get those peepers? I'm going to stick with my vote.
Which was
the Fly.
Right now it's 2 for Scarecrow, 1 for Fly. Melissa, what you got?
Scarecrow.
Okay. That would be...
That's it.
Yeah, that means Scarecrow moves on. I don't even have to vote. All right, what's the next one we got? All right, next matchup, we got Freddy Krueger versus Chucky. Melissa.
Freddy Krueger.
Melissa says Freddy?
Yep.
I'm gonna go with Chucky on this one. For sure. Because I just think that I could somehow figure out how to get Freddy Krueger out of a dream and or beat him inside a dream. Chucky, I feel like I could figure out a way to beat him too, but he's like, he could be anywhere. And that dude could be hiding in your backpack. You could just be like having a normal day, like I'm going to grab my shit and go to work. And then all of a sudden this dude's like coming out of your fucking backpack, like with a fucking knife or something. I'm not down for that. Mario, what'd you vote for?
I'm going Freddy.
All right, 2 for Freddy, 1 for Chucky. Shane, what you got?
I'm gonna go with Chucky.
2 for Chucky, 2 for Freddy. Troy, you're going to be the decider.
It's Freddy.
Freddy
Hey.
moves on. All right, that's fine. Move Freddy on. All right, next matchup. Satan or zombies? Shane, you want Satan coming after you, or you want a bunch of zombies from 28 Days Later coming after you?
Definitely don't want him coming at me.
Holy shit. I mean, do you want Satan coming at your face? Melissa, you're the one who said it, okay? All right, anyway.
I'm gonna stick. I'm gonna go with the
Whoa.
the Prince of Darkness, Satan himself.
Satan. All right, Troyski.
Satan.
All right, Troy says Satan. Keith Richardson mentioned me in a comment. Thank you, Facebook.
Thanks.
At first, I thought it said Keith Richards. I'm like, what the fuck?
You're so popular.
Anyway, Mario, what do you got?
I'm going Satan.
Xenomorphs, which are the aliens from the Alien movies. Or the chick from The Ring. I'm going chick from The Ring on this one, guys. Gotta say,
I agree.
that chick freaks me the fuck out.
Agreed.
Oh,
Shane?
I'll also vote for the chick from The Ring.
All right. The correct answer moves on. All right, next.
Oh.
So we have Bigfoot or spiders?
The foot or spiders?
Bigfoot.
Dude, you're seriously telling me that you're going to be more scared of Bigfoot? If you see Bigfoot, he's probably just eating fucking like beef jerky if you see him. Like
No.
he's probably...
There's plenty of shows where Bigfoot has attacked people. For sure.
Yeah.
There's plenty of like places where I've been attacked by like bums. It doesn't mean it's going to happen to everybody all the time.
Today,
I'm
remember?
still sticking with Bigfoot. I got bit by a spider and I survived that, but I haven't been attacked by Bigfoot yet to know if I would survive it or not, and it freaks me out.
You married Kevin Wineger. That's bullshit. You know it.
I mean, pretty close to fucking Sasquatch, but
I'm pretty sure on
it's
your
not-
wedding night you were attacked by Bigfoot. Let's get, so Troy, who do you got?
Bigfoot.
Bigfoot. All right, Shane.
The thing is, if you had a big foot, you wouldn't have spiders. You know, like
Why did that dad joke make me laugh? All right.
dude, I don't know. Like, so I'm gonna say, because the movie Arachnophobia freaks me out. So I'm gonna go with spiders. I don't really have a problem with like just holding a spider, but if there's a shitload of them and then they fall all over me, I'm gonna lose it. So
Yeah, fucking right. Correct. All right, Mario.
Like, I'm glad you picked me last, kid, because I've thought about this long and hard this entire conversation. I'm gonna
Satan coming at your face. Thought about that long and hard.
Okay, you could probably survive a spider bite. You most likely won't have to get anything amputated, and there'll probably be like some sort of treatment for it. But like the Bigfoot, you don't know Bigfoot's strength, and you don't know where he really resides. He could
You
come
don't know-
out of nowhere.
You don't know that he
Man,
didn't go
he
to
could
Cobra
rip
Kai
you-
or something?
He
Or
could
like he knows
totally
kung
rip.
fu?
He could just rip off your fucking arm and just start beating the shit out of you with it. And you just got, I mean, you just lay there and take it, because what are you going to do? He beats the other, he takes the other arm and beats the shit out of you with that one.
I mean, it's a good point, Mario. I gotta say, it really you're bringing up good points.
So I'm after this long and hard process, I'm gonna go with Bigfoot.
All right. Well, see, you have good points. Troy doesn't. That's why, you know.
Some people say Bigfoot's like unconventional. So, ooh, what are you gonna do about your spider then?
Did you just John Cena at me? Did you just do that?
I was dabbed.
All right, Melissa, you got to be the tiebreaker here. Are you more terrified? Oh my God.
Why are you asking me? I already told you.
Okay, well, I forgot that you already voted, and because it was so just ridiculous and dumb that I tried to just imagine that you didn't vote for that because
I have a valid reason for being scared of Bigfoot.
Why? Did you want to steal your bologna sandwich or something?
I was little.
Huh?
Sandwich because of all the stories I heard when I was little. And he's a big, scary dude, and he, like Mario said, could rip your fucking arms off.
And he likes sandwiches. And he'll steal
And
them.
he likes sandwiches, and I might not be very good at making sandwiches.
Or he might be really good at making them, and that's why he wants to take
I
your lunch
am.
and then beat the shit out of you with your own arm.
What if he takes your sandwich and beats the shit out of you with your sandwich, and then
He
just
would never. I make my sandwiches with love.
Dude, if some Bigfoot beat the shit out of me with my own sandwich, I would just yield. I'd be like, here, dude, you can have this sandwich. It's fine.
Yeah.
And anyway,
Just take the fucking sandwich.
That's the weapon I would choose out of my shed if I were going to fight Bigfoot.
a bologna sandwich. Yep.
A bologna sandwich.
Candyman versus Shadow People. Troy.
Candy.
Shadow people, because they're real. Candyman's not.
Okay. Got one for Shadow People. Melissa, did you say Candyman?
Who is Candyman?
It's some dude Shane's scared of that has a hook in his hand.
Mario.
Oh, you showed
I'm
the picture.
And you fuckers should be scared of him too.
Yeah, apparently he's terrifying.
The hook guy. You showed us the picture of?
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah. That's not, I mean, missing limbs is kind of weird, but I won't hold it against the guy.
Okay. Candyman or Shadow People?
Shadow people.
I'm gonna go Shadow People, so they move on. Sorry. Candyman sucks. Freya wrote down wolves, and she meant to put werewolves because she's just terrified of wolves. If I tell her one thing, like if I tell her that there's a wolf in the basement, she gets mad at me because it freaks her out. I'd be like, there's a wolf down there. She'd be like, stop it, stop, Candyman.
John's the same way with snakes.
Werewolves versus the deep ocean.
Werewolves.
All right, Shane. Are you kidding me?
Sorry.
Werewolves? You're more scared of fucking werewolves, like Michael J. Fox coming up in a Letterman's jacket with some fur on him.
There are a lot of
ocean
people traveling via sea these days. There's a lot of cruise lines. You might get found. I don't know.
Shane, please don't. Please. Shane, please help me.
Yeah, I'll go with the deep sea.
Thank you. That's two for deep sea, one for werewolves. What do you got, fucking hater ass motherfucker up there, Troy? He's such a douchebag. I hate him.
I knew that would make you mad.
All right. So 2-2. Melissa, bail me out, please.
No, dude, I gotta go to werewolves.
Melissa, listen, I've known you since fucking high school, okay? Listen to me. If I dropped you in the middle of the fucking ocean and you're just like hanging out and you're like, oh, there's some jellyfish. Oh, this is awesome. And then some giant ass fucking shadow with teeth comes at you. You're telling me that doesn't scare you as much as a werewolf does.
Yeah, it freaks me out, but not as much as a werewolf because the chances of me being in the ocean are a lot more slim than being somewhere to be attacked by a werewolf.
Oh, so now we're voting by probability? At what point did we start doing that?
You're side of it.
What? That doesn't even make sense.
I would never be
more likely to. If we're doing that, then you're more probable to be in the ocean than see a werewolf because the ocean's fucking real, Melissa.
You don't know me.
Oh my god! Holy shit!
I'm just pretending like it's all real.
That's
So-
why, listen, if you're a paranormal expert, please reach out to me. I need you on the show. My friends are just really killing me. Werewolves move on, because fuck my life. Gremlins versus, which is not Gizmo. We're talking full-on gremlin. Right, Shane?
Correct.
All right, versus Pennywise, the clown from the fucking clown movie. It, right? Right?
Right.
Yeah.
Melissa, who you got?
Pennywise.
Mario?
I'm going Pennywise.
Troy?
Gremlins. Clowns sound scary. Just don't.
I'm going Gremlins too out of those. Shane?
Man, tiebreaker, huh?
Yep.
I'm gonna stick with my original choice and say Gremlins.
Gremlins. Okay.
But Pennywise is creepy.
Pennywise he's a pussy. All right. Moving on.
Hey, I'd like to note
No.
honorable
go ahead.
mention.
Sorry.
When none of us mentioned the leprechaun, and that freaked me out a lot too as a kid. So that should have been in here, but instead we got Petra.
I changed the vote, Shane. If I could if you were with me and we were both like 3 years old walking down the stairs and heard Petra, this means war, we'd both be terrified together.
Right.
Like, you know how like when you're like little and you get so scared that like your whole like leg goes numb or something? Like that's the shit that would happen, right? It would just fucking, or like you just, oh my God, I'm peeing now. I don't know what's happening. I'm just so scared. That's what it was. Scarecrow versus Freddy Krueger. Not Scarecrow from Batman. Just normal ass fucking Scarecrow. Destroys scared of scarecrows.
I'm scared of scarecrows. They just said that he was good.
Or the one from Jeepers Creepers, right? Okay, so I'm gonna go for Shane, you go first.
I'll go with Freddy.
Freddy? Mario?
I'm going with Freddy Krueger.
Troy?
Scarecrow. Yeah, my
Melissa?
you good.
Ready.
So Freddy moves on. Sorry, Troy, your vote sucks. The ring chick? The scary ring girl? The ring monster? Whatever her name is? Versus who? Versus Satan himself. I don't know about you guys. I'm going with Satan. Not in life. I'm not saying I'm going with Satan in life, because I'm not. Fuck Satan. Shane.
I also will vote for Satan.
Troy, will you vote for Satan?
No, I'm going for the ring chick.
All right. Mario?
I'm going ring chick.
Oh my God, you guys, seriously.
I really am. I'm going ring chick, man.
Satan controls
Freaks the
ring
shit out of
chick.
me.
He controls all that's evil.
No, he doesn't.
Yes, he does. He's the father of all things bad.
I thought yeah, but he doesn't control the ring chick. The well in VHS tapes controls the ring chick.
Yeah.
You're telling me that ring chick's hanging out doing her own thing and Satan doesn't walk up on her and flex and she's not like, whoa, cool, man. You do your thing. I'm good.
That's what she's like.
I ain't never seen nobody that Satan, messed with. His face got
You're
all
telling
twisted
me
up
that
like
ring chick could punk Satan out.
I feel like they're just
Dude,
things.
I think
Melissa,
that Satan
save
would be
us.
a big bad man
Save us.
until
Vote
the
for
ring chick
Satan.
comes crawling out of his fucking TV.
Save us. Vote for Satan, Melissa. You gotta vote for Satan.
I really don't want to, just to go against you and piss you off because it's my favorite thing ever right now. But
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to go with Satan.
Shane, don't you influence her.
So mad when you go against her.
I was going to let you know her name is Samara Morgan.
Well, Samara Morgan.
That's
can
the
All right,
ring.
I got ya.
fuck right off because Satan moves on, rightfully so.
I just want.
Alright, I like
We should
that.
pay respect, you know.
Respect.
All right, next matchup. Shadow People versus Bigfoot. The Foot. Who you guys taking?
Dude, I'm not scared of these shadow people whatsoever. I am terrified of Bigfoot. I'm going Bigfoot.
Why are you so scared of Bigfoot? What did
Because,
Bigfoot ever
dude,
do to you?
I've never seen a shadow person, and I've never seen Bigfoot, but a shadow person's not going to rip my arm off and just beat the shit out of me with it.
They're
How
more
do you know?
demonic, is really what they are.
You don't know. Shane?
I don't know.
So there's a movie called I forget what it's called, but it's about Zombie Road, which is also
Way to prepare.
not well. It might even be called Zombie Road, but I might be called something different. But
Good
it
story.
was. I watched it, and it was
This is
about.
getting better.
It's about a road like not very far from where I live, and there was a picture. The reason they like investigated this property is because this picture of these like shadow people in the trees and stuff, and so the fact that I've seen this picture and it's close to my home, I'm gonna vote shadow people. I haven't seen Bigfoot around my house anywhere, so that's my justification.
If you do, he's going to rip your arm off.
It's a fair thing. I respect that. All right, so what we got? What's the vote now? All right, who's next? Troy?
I'm going with Bigfoot.
Bigfoot. Troy?
Shadow people.
So we're tied? Okay, I'm going Shadow People because the Foot does not scare me at all. When I think the Foot, I think like the pizzas. The Foot.
yeah,
Pizza Hut had
delicious.
those Bigfoot pizzas when we were kids, Mario. That's what I think of. It doesn't scare me at all. Or like Harry and the Hendersons. Like that
Yeah.
dude can fucking hang out with me and like eat some Doritos and fucking just hang out.
All
For
day.
real. Shadow People, move on. Gremlins or werewolves?
Werewolves.
Melissa says werewolves. Shane.
Gremlins.
Okay. Troy?
Gremlins.
That's a real picture. That
I can tell.
those are shadow
quality.
people.
Yeah, it's great. I like it.
Check out Zombie Road.
Mario.
I'm going to go werewolves.
What is that? 2 and 2? Okay. Gremlins versus werewolves? I got to go with werewolves on this one. Yeah. If I had to choose between the two, I feel like gremlins, I could probably punt a gremlin a good 40 yards, I'd say. Mario, I mean, like, if you had to run on it, how far you think you could kick a gremlin?
Dude, it depends on the lift that I would get on the kick, but I would probably say at least a solid 30 yards.
So, like, if you if you were in a situation, Troy, where like some gremlin had just burned down your house, and you like come home and you see the house on fire, but then you see him like with a gas can outside, and he's like, and like how they laugh and stuff, and you get a run on it. How far do you think you could fucking kick the thing?
Depends if my foot just gets stuck in it. You know?
Wow, Troy's acting. He's acting like he's gonna break a piece off or something. That's what he's doing. Shane, what do you think?
Is Melissa going to the bathroom or something?
No, I'm sorry. I ran out of wine. I drank an entire bottle. I was hoping no one would call me out on my bullshit.
I just was making sure
Kevin,
we
playing
weren't
hockey.
interrupting something.
Shane, how far do you think you could kick a gremlin, Shane?
Oh,
I don't know. Hot.
I don't know, man.
What are you doing, Troy? This show is a mess. We're a fucking mess. We need to straighten up, guys.
I think I could kick a gremlin at least 30 feet.
30 feet?
Yeah.
I mean, that's solid. Melissa, what do you think? How far you think you can kick a gremlin?
I'm a girl. I'm gonna go with like a foot and a half.
That's my girl.
I'm probably gonna lose a shoe while I do it.
He's just gonna be mad. He's just gonna be pissed off.
That's why I carry a gun.
If you're gonna kick him further than a foot and a half.
I'm not gonna
Literally, like it's like this far.
What? If a gremlin came after me right now in this state, it would be a foot and a half. I'm telling you.
That's just a minor inconvenience.
That's why Kevin's gonna kill me if the zombies come attack us. I'm fucking useless.
That gremlin is gonna kick your ass, dude. All right. Anyway. Woo.
He's gone.
Wow. All right. Let's regroup. Let's regroup. I think I made Melissa pee herself.
Oh my god, you guys don't hear Kevin in the other room.
What's he saying?
It's so bad. Oh my god.
What do you say?
Is it time for a break?
It's on. We'll get there. When you need a break, you can take a break.
Kevin's Kevin. I don't know.
Werewolves move on. Freddy Krueger versus Satan himself.
It's the championship.
No, it's it should be, Shane. This is like the IC title, right? So Satan versus Freddy Krueger. Troy, who you got? If you say Freddy Krueger, I'm gonna fucking come over there with regardless of quarantine.
Freddy Krueger, okay, man, I'm gonna say it. He's scary. He's gonna get you in dreams.
All right, Troy's wrong. Shane,
I got to give it up to my boy Satan.
Your boy. No.
Mario.
I'm going with my original pick, man. I'm going Satan. Not Satan. I'm going Freddy Krueger.
That wasn't your original pick. You fucking asshole.
I said Freddy Krueger.
Freddy Krueger.
Yes.
All right, Melissa.
Freddy.
You
Really? You buckle my shoe. 3, 4, he's at your door. Yeah, fucking Freddy Krueger. 100%. I'll just throw the Bible at Satan. I don't fucking know, but
You guys
Oh,
are
if
wrong.
Satan had a catchy song.
Stop.
You would have her vote for sure.
exorcism. We're good.
Shadow people versus werewolves. Mario.
Dude, I'm horrified at getting tore apart by something. I'm going werewolf.
Okay. Melissa.
Werewolf.
Troy.
Shadow people.
Shane.
Shadow people, please.
Shadow people. All right. Ooh. You know what?
Tiebreaker.
I got to go with werewolves on this one. Because if you actually saw one, I mean, you're kind of right. Shadow people are just going to kind of stare at you, which are what some creepy people do anyway, right? People like Shane.
What about that movie Ghost, man? They came and got Patrick Swayze and
Yeah, but if you actually see a real werewolf, I'm talking like one from like Underworld or something, you're fucked. That thing will eat your face off for real. All right, so final matchup here, right, babe? Final matchup in the 4th edition, the paranormal edition, the first paranormal edition on the 4th episode of the Stone Dog Show. Tournament of Death matchup.
death.
Freddy Krueger versus werewolves. Troy.
Freddy Krueger.
One for Freddy. Shane.
Got to go with Fred.
Melissa.
Freddie.
Wow, Freddie just wins in a clean sweep. Mario, did you want to vote?
I'll go Freddie.
Okay, well, you know what?
Actually, werewolves.
I don't have to. You guys decided. It was not my choice. You voted against fucking Satan himself. Like, seriously, I don't understand why the hell I have my friends on this show.
He can fucking slice and dice you and...
Yep.
Melissa, I just really want to thank you so much for completely just being wrong and derailing the show. Thank you. I really appreciate it. So when we talk about everything paranormal, all right, we just talked about Tournament of Death. It was all fun stuff. I kind of mentioned earlier I like to combine monsters, ghosts with aliens and religion. You know, we talk about everything paranormal. I was recently watching something on YouTube because there's lots of stuff out there. There's this channel, if you want to check them out, they're called AMTV. And I don't follow these people. I just kind of watch a lot of different things. And I'll say it on the show, I'm not endorsing them at all. This is just me paying attention. The past week, there was a guy on this channel that he said last weekend, and he's been saying lots of things, especially since the pandemic's happened, but he said last Monday and Tuesday, there was supposed to be the unveiling of Project Bluebeam. You guys know what that is? Okay, no. I'll tell you in a second, but he said he had a dream and he's like right up in the camera, and this dude, like, I hate this shit because it's like, you know, people that are like right here, right? Like when they're talking, like, I fucking hate that because, like, why the fuck? Just fucking back off. But he's always like straight up like, this is, I hope just you need to prep now. I hope you're all prepping. I hope you all realize how right I was. I bet you, just so you know, stuff like that. And he said, I never say this, but I had a dream and God told me that this week on Monday or Tuesday at 1:30 p.m., it really stuck out in my head. I had this vision. I was driving in Phoenix and I looked up and the sky was completely dark. And he said, it just, you know, in my head, though I realized and it was understood that this wasn't real, that this was the unveiling of Project Bluebeam. Okay, what conspiracy theorists say Project Bluebeam is, I don't know the complete ins and outs of it, but it's basically the government has done something, and I'm not saying this is real, okay? We're just talking, right? But they turn the sky into a projector screen, okay? So there's people that believe that this has happened, and they have this technology to where the government or the shadow government or whoever you want to believe is doing it have the ability to project things into the sky. So saying that, you know, you could be living in a city, you know, like New York or LA, and you could look up in the sky and there's something huge and it looks like an alien ship, right? And this guy's whole thing was, this is how it's going to happen. Aliens are going to come here. They're going to say it's aliens, but it's not. They're going to usher in all this new technology, just going on and on and on. Okay, obviously that didn't happen. And then I watched the guy later and, you know, he says, you know, if you watch my videos back, I never said this was going to happen. And yes, he did. I watched it. He really did say that. But I wanted, you know, for me, when I see stuff like that, especially in this time, you know, I was telling my wife some of this stuff just in jest and just for fun, and it kind of freaked her out. And that's when it kind of like made me think about like, hey, it's not cool for people to be doing stuff like this, to be really just adding to the fear. You know, if there's anything I could say to this guy who comes on these shows and flashes his Bible and has his Bible verses and acts like he knows shit, like, dude, I'll tell you something that the Bible talks about. It talks about how, let's say you believe in everything like that. It says no man knows the day that all this stuff is going to happen. So nobody knows when it's going to happen if you actually believe that kind of thing. So therefore, to me, people like that saying that they know when it's going to happen, and when they straight up tell you it's going to happen on this day at this time, no, homie, you just don't got it right. It's by your own, by what you say you believe, you're not correct. Troy, how do you feel about all of that? Do you entertain theories like that? Do you think there's anything legit to any conspiracy stuff, or you just think they're just all nutbags?
I don't believe the Project Bluebeam part that you're talking about at all, but I don't know.
Troy's living in Bluebeam right now.
I know. I wanted to feel more in the moment right this second. But I do believe that the government like hit some like alien encounter stuff before, like unidentified aircrafts and stuff. And a lot of it recently came out. Like they released a lot of like government reports on it, like how they did hide stuff.
Yeah, you're right. I was going to bring that up. If you guys don't know, you can Google this. This is knowledge that you can just find online right now. The Department of Defense released a video. They released several videos. This has all been in the last 5-6 years. And this is footage, I'm pretty sure, from 2012. Some of it's a little bit older, but it's early 2000s. And they call it a tic tac. It's kind of what it looks like when you're watching these videos, and it's an object that's flying and it's doing all kinds of weird, quick maneuvers. You can hear the pilots talking to each other about how's it moving so fast, and there's people that have talked about people that were there later have went on and expounded upon, how there's no way that you could possibly have a craft that moved that fast in our atmosphere without whatever's inside of it being made mush. Does that make sense? So it's just, you see footage like that. There's also a video that came out that's from a space station that's pretty recent. And there's a craft that flies by, and it's not like it could be a craft. It might be a ship. This is say I'm crazy, call me whatever you like. I'm telling you, this exists. It's from a space station. There is an object that flies by, and you see it fly by, and then it goes straight out, like towards space, not towards Earth. Okay? So you see this thing fly by, it goes out, and it just shoots away from the Earth. Okay? These are verified videos. And I've read, there's my buddy Matt Benny, who plays, he played in Fivefold. He's in Brook Royal, The Poor, a couple different bands. I've talked to him about this stuff a little bit at length, and he just is a guy that believes nothing of it. It's just, there's nothing there. There's, somebody knows what it is. There's nothing to see here at all, just pretty much every time, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's fine. I've read the things that he's like shown me and shared, or what the arguments are. There's scientists that have come out and combated these things, not en masse, but there are some. But their only arguments, and you can read them, are just that they can't prove that these things exist via scientific theory, their scientific method, right? They can't understand it, so it must not be real. That's pretty much what their explanation is. Now, I'm not a scientist, okay? Do not confuse me with the scientist. I say on the show all the time, do not fucking take my advice on nearly fucking anything, okay? But just, you can look this stuff up for yourself. And when I look at it, it's pretty fucking interesting. Telling you all this stuff, Shane, let's say that you just take my word for it, okay? How does that rub you, bud? That these things actually are out there?
It's terrifying, man. There's a lot of weird shit like that. I think there's a lot, even I think like with all this going on with this pandemic and things, I think there's a lot that they only tell us a bit at a time. I think if they unloaded and told us everything at once, everybody would just freak out. So I think like same thing if there's anything that's found like this or whatever, that it's not good to tell the public everything, because everybody's just gonna lose their minds and stuff. And so some of it I'm thankful that we're protected, but then again, and some of it's like we should know what's going on. But
so you said it pretty much, assuming these things are real, you said it would scare you,
right?
So it's not a I don't care thing. It's a, hey, if this is real, this freaks me out. Troy, how do you feel?
Well, I definitely think it's something, because to think that you're the only intelligent life form in the whole universe, that's kind of silly,
So does it scare you, or does it just kind of?
No, it doesn't scare me.
Okay. Mario?
I think it's terrifying, to be honest. Like, well, I mean, I definitely believe that there's, that these things exist for sure. Like to sit and say that they don't, I think is just, there's like kind of like a level of ego behind them, because it's like you just have no fucking idea, and to hear things like that and to see things like the video that you describe, other things that I've seen, on YouTube or whatever, Google, it's just, it does scare me.
It's kind of something that divides people, because it's kind of like with everything politically. If you start talking to some people that are really, really into conspiracy theories, I mean, you can get some people that are really crazy, and then you can also get some people that can show you some facts, right? And sometimes where you show people facts, they're not scared, they just don't care. And that kind of baffles me. Like, that's kind of like, if you don't have an opinion at all, it's just weird. I don't know why. Maybe it's just because I don't understand, or I'm not thinking about the fact that just other people are interested in other things than I am. But I mean, if you come up to me and show me proof of things, and, I can see something with my own eyes, I'm not just going to be like, well, hey, whatever. I'm sure somebody knows what that is. Okay. Now, I'm also not saying that me and my family have dug a bunker and Buckley and Charlie are out back right now, like finishing it with their shovels, trying to get it done in time for the alien invasion. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's nothing like that. But
fucking dig.
Melissa, what do you think? Like, just about the videos that the government says, hey, these are out there, we don't know what they are. They're not saying they're aliens. They're just saying these exist.
I think the unknown will always scare me, only because you don't know how to prepare for something that you don't know what their goal is. If aliens do exist and they're trying to come and take over the earth, you don't know how to prepare for that. So just anything unknown like that would scare me, or does scare me.
Yeah, I agree. And on the note of scary things, I want to play a little song called Ghost Train Blues from my band 333. We're going to take a tiny little break. We're going to regroup. We're going to get our shit together. We're going to come back. We're going to play some paranormal trivia, as long as everybody can hang out. If you can't, that's completely fine. Just let me know. But whoever can, we'll be back in a little bit. We'll play some paranormal trivia on the Stone Dog Show with Gabe Stroop and acquaintances tonight. All right. See you in a minute.
You make me sick. You take all of my joy. You always make everything harder than it needs to be. Yeah. When I get back from my own pity party, I know exactly who is gonna get this blame, because it's me. That's alright, I won't feel the pain. Just let
Welcome back to the Stone Dog Show. My name is Gabe Stroop. I'm the Stone Dog. And right now, we're about to crank this up a little bit. We've had some fun. We've had some scary times. We've been terrified. Troy's got the scary red light on. Shane, what the fuck, man? Dude, you can't be putting stuff like that right in the camera. I didn't know what that was. This is, kids might watch this, okay? Can't be doing that.
Sorry.
Melissa, our friend Melissa, she was with us for a while. She had to jump off and live her own life, which is completely fine. We appreciate her being on the show. But we're going to, like I said, start this edition, the 4th edition of, well, let's see. Yeah, the 4th edition of Stone Dog Trivia, the first paranormal edition on the 4th episode, right? Is where we're at. So, Stone Dog Trivia, the paranormal edition, 1st edition. Here we go. I want to explain to you guys how this works, okay? Troy, Shane, you guys have been on the show. You know. Mario, you've been friends with me for a long time, so you know that you're about to get fucked, all right?
Right.
What's going to happen? Each question is worth a certain amount of points. I'm going to kind of make that up as I go. You'll understand that's just kind of what happens on this game. If at some point you don't know the answer, but you don't think someone else does either, you can bone them. Okay? So let's say that, Mario, you asked me a question, and I don't know the answer. I could say, I want to bone Shane. All right? Shane then has to answer said question. If Shane gets said question correct, he gets double points. If he misses that question, he loses a set amount of points, which I'll let you know when it happens. Does that make sense? The past 2 episodes, people got scared of boning. Actually, one, Troy just got confused, or maybe he's just dumb and was just trying to do stupid shit. So you have to bone people that are actually playing the game. Let me make that clear. All right.
There was literally only one other person playing.
Let me also make it clear that the rules can change at any time, according to my discretion. Here we go. First question, Stone Dog Trivia, the Paranormal Edition. What year was the first Frankenstein movie made?
I boned Shane.
Wow, boned right out the gate. What you got, Shane? This question is worth 50 points, by the way.
$1937.
1937 is wrong. Shane, you lose.
0 points.
You lose 50 points. Next question. How many Scream movies are there? Let me also make this clear before we
get the right answer.
Get going. Okay, if you didn't know this, Mario, to buzz in, you have to say your name.
Okay.
So if you want to answer the question, you have to say Mario. Got it? All right, here we go.
Are you not going to give us the right answer?
I'm going to listen to me. Shane, don't you get lippy down there. All right. How many Scream movies are there?
Troy. 3.
Wrong. Anybody else?
Shane. 4.
Shane-o gets it right-o. Shane gets his 50 points back. There you go, Shane.
Back,
good job,
baby.
buddy. That's how you do it, boys. That's how you fucking do it. Do you see how he did it? All right. Number 3. How many people associated with The Exorcist died during production?
Mario. 3.
Wrong. Anybody else? Here's your sign, guys.
Troy.
Ooh, what? Troy?
2.
Troy's wrong. Shane.
Shane. And 5.
We're going to go closest without going over. The correct answer is actually 9 people. So Shane gets the points. Shane gets another 50 points. Good job, Shane.
Thank you.
Next question. What color is Freddy Krueger's sweater?
Shane. I'm gonna say, well, it's striped, but I'm gonna say red
And
with black stripes.
wrong. Somebody else want to go? Mario.
It's red with green stripes.
Oh.
Mario gets
Ow.
it right. Mario gets 50 points. Nice job, Mario. In Poltergeist, what grabs Robbie Freeling through his bedroom window? Mario.
A tree.
Mario gets it right. 250 points for Mario. Good job. Let's total up the scores after the first round of Stone Dog Trivia, the 4th edition, the first Paranormal edition. Troy, I want to let you know you got a big fat fucking 0.
Represent! Woo!
Shane, I want to let you know that you have a 5-0, 50 points for Shane-O. Mario, you apparently have 300 points. Holy shit. Good job.
All right.
Let me
Hey,
ask you
didn't
guys something.
I got 2 of them, right, didn't I?
You lost one because pay attention, okay? I can't hold your hand, Shane. I'm not there.
Oh yeah, I lost
Social
50.
distancing.
I was negative 50.
You're just negative Nancy. So, first round's done of the 4th edition, the first Paranormal edition of Stone Dog Trivia. How do you guys feel after the first round?
Shitty.
Shane feels shitty. Mario, how you feel?
I'm feeling like a fucking winner.
All right,
Wow.
feeling like a winner, like Days of Thunder winner.
Oh yeah. You know. Like I'm
Yeah.
driving the fucking the interstate battery car.
Hell yeah, like over the top. Yeah,
You know,
no. All right, Troy,
Yeah.
how you feeling?
Just a guy with a mustache.
All right, Troy's got a creepy mustache. Moving on. First question of the second round. These questions are all worth 500 points. You guys ready? First question. Why can't Michael Myers be killed? Ooh, nobody knows, huh? Somebody gonna take a guess? So there's a reason, there's a legit reason why Michael Myers can't be killed. What happened to him that made him that way?
I'm gonna bone Mario.
Mario gets boned. Mario, what you got?
I'm gonna say it's because he can't be killed because he is fueled by hatred.
That, my friend, is wrong. Mario loses 1,000 points. No, he doesn't. I'll just take away 500 for you. All right. So Mario loses 500 because he got boned. Got the question wrong. Troy, why are you laughing?
I was wondering whose bone went through. Because we
You want
both.
to take it? You want to take a guess?
No, I was wondering whose bone went through.
Does anybody want to try and take a guess right now for 1,000 points? Take a guess, Shane. Troy, come on. Like, you guys are quitters. Oh my God. Mitch, do you want to guess? My cat Mitch just meowed. That counts. Put it down. Mitch gets 1,000 points. My cat Mitch just got 1,000 points because she fucking meowed a guess, and you guys can't fucking just say, oh, I don't know, a curse, which is what the answer is. He's cursed, Troy. How fucking far-fetched is that? It's only a plot in like almost every scary movie. Something's cursed. Jesus fucking Christ, guys. Oh my God. Fucking, I know you don't have PhDs or anything, but holy
Hey.
fucking Lord.
It's real easy when you got the answers right in front of you.
You know what? I've had about enough of you. What? The ways that she writes some of these are hilarious. All right. Which room does Dick tell Danny to stay away from? In The Shining.
Okay, hold on. I had like 30 minutes to hurry up and come up with like 20 fucking questions. So,
Like, depending on what the last line is that you say in that sentence, it could mean a lot of different things. You know? What room does Dick tell Danny to stay away from? You know? Shane?
The laundry room.
Which room does Dick tell Danny to stay away from in The Shining? What room number? Actually, it's a question for everybody, not just Shane.
Troy, 13. 13.
Troy guesses 13. He's wrong. Somebody else want to have a guess?
Good ass.
Mario.
Go.
189.
Mario is wrong. Troy, Shane, do you have a guess?
No.
You literally have you can't guess a fucking number. You can't say a number.
You should bone Mitch.
Mitch! Mitchell!
17.
17. All right. No, you're wrong.
All right.
Who's closest?
You're all wrong. Mario, what did you say, 100 something?
I said like 189 or something.
Yeah. Answer is 237. Mario is closest without going over. Mario gets 500 points. Good job, Mario. In what horror movie did the monster attack high school kids through their dreams? Shane.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Nightmare on Elm Street is right. Shane gets 500 points. Great job,
That is
Shane.
some bullshit.
In the movie Seven, who is murdered for the deadly sin of pride? Not by name. What did they do? Mitch guessed.
Mario. Is it Kevin Spacey's character that gets murdered?
It's
Brad Pitt kills him?
no.
No?
Is it? It's I have a model is the answer.
I think you're right.
All right, Mario, you get the points. 500 points for Mario. Great job.
Yeah, like Kevin Spacey kills Brad Pitt's wife, and then in turn Brad Pitt kills Kevin Spacey because he can't just let it go.
Mitch has literally guessed more than you, Shane. How does it make you feel? I have a cat named Mitch that has guessed more than you have.
Hey, I guessed a couple.
Last question of the second round, guys. This question is going to be worth 2,000 points. Okay? You guys ready?
Ready.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm gonna bone Mario.
Okay, he's boning you.
Already?
Troy just boned you. You got boned. So you ready? You ready for the question?
I got nothing to lose.
Sure.
So if you get this right, what did I just say? This is worth how many points? 2,000? This is going to be worth 4,000 points if you get it right.
Okay.
If you get it wrong,
You lose 2,000. You ready?
I'm so fucking ready.
Mario gets boned by Troy because he's a dumbass. Leatherface was a character on what horror film?
Really?
That's the question. Troy boned you.
The answer is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Mario!
Ah!
4,000 fucking points because Troy is a motherfucking dumbass. There you go, Troy. How's it feel to just not be patient and wait?
feels American. Go in. Don't care.
Jesus fucking fuck. All right, guys. This right here is the last round. Okay? Are you guys ready for this? I don't think you're ready.
I'm so fucking ready.
You need to get ready. Mitch is ready. She's ready right now. You want to go? She'll go. All right. First question of the third round, guys. These questions are all worth 2,000 points.
Yeah.
When Carrie goes to the stage after being voted prom queen, bullies douse her with blood from what animal?
Mario. A pig.
Mario gets it right. 2,000 points for Mario. There was a scary movie that was set in Haddonfield, Illinois. It's a well-known scary movie, very popular. There's piano music to it.
Shane. Halloween.
Shane gets it right. 2,000 points for Rock Paper Podcast. Great job, Shane. How's it feel to mop that one up?
Oh, that felt real good.
I forgot to ask you guys. So we're into the third round, but we're 2 questions into the third. We're 2 questions into the third. I want to have my lovely wife total up the points real quick so we get an idea where we're at. Okay. Mario, you're looking at 6,800 points right now. Leading the pack.
Nice.
How's that feel?
It feels real good.
Feels good?
Feels real good. Feels like a winner.
Yeah. Shane, 2,550 points. How you feeling, bud?
All right. Better.
All right. Great. Troy, you got a massive fucking 0. I want to think, let you know you got big fat fucking nothing on the scoreboard. And I also want to let you know that my cat Mitch literally walked in and meowed and got more points than you with 1,000. So Mitch is on the scoreboard. She has no opposable thumbs and she can't fucking talk, but she has more points than you. How does that make you feel, Troy?
Well, Gabe, we all can't be winners. Someone's got to lose.
Wow. What is the doll Chucky's full name? So not Chucky the doll. Let's say this better. The person that Chucky is supposedly possessed by, what is his name?
Robert Paulson.
You have to say your name. You lose 2,000 points for speaking out.
Damn it.
Troy.
Robert Paulson.
Troy, you lose 2,000 points because that was dumb. Shane, do you have an answer?
No.
Shane has no answer, so we're going to give these points to Mitch because you guys fucking suck. Really? You have no answer. You can't just make up Billy Bob something. You
Charles.
just can't answer. Holy fuck. What'd you say, SARS?
Charles.
Charles? That's my baby's name. That's not... That actually is the name of this. You know what? I'm going to give it to you, Shane. I'm going to take the points away from Mitch because you stood up.
All right, hold on. You actually...
Charles Lee Ray.
Wait a second.
Charles Lee Ray was the full name. Shane, was that a Tom Brady bomb right there, or what was that?
Yes.
So you had no idea. So you just Kurt Warner to Isaac Bruce on the right sideline right there.
Well, I did a little bit of science research. The fact that his name is Chucky, maybe Charles be his legal name.
Wow.
His legal name.
He's using that noggin, that's for sure. All right, moving on. What is the girl's name from The Exorcist?
Like the girl that played her?
No.
Or like the girl's name in the movie?
The girl that is possessed in the movie, what is her name? Not the actual actor, the character's name. Troy, you suck. You have
Mario.
What?
Is her name Elizabeth?
Nope. Shane?
I feel like it should be Elizabeth.
She doesn't care. Troy. Answer. Sarah. Sarah's wrong.
But I had an answer.
Shane.
Cindy.
Cindy is wrong. It was Reagan. Michael Myers had a sister that he continuously tried to murder. What was her name?
Mario.
Mario.
Laurie. Laurie Strode.
We have a flag on the field. My wife is the one who put this question together.
Very quickly.
So she's making sure because that's not what I have. So I will explain, right? The answer that we have is Judith, which is incorrect because, well, it's sort of incorrect. Michael did murder Judith, okay? But that was in the first movie. That was a sister of his that he did murder, okay? But Laurie, yes, Laurie Myers is in fact Michael Myers' sister. played by Jamie Lee Curtis. So good job, Mario. You get how many points? 2,000. The Shining wasn't filmed in this hotel, okay? But Stephen King stayed in this hotel and then was inspired to write The Shining. Okay? So what hotel did Stephen King stay in that inspired him to write The Shining?
I've been to the hotel. I can't remember the name.
Oh, it's a great answer, Troy.
It's in Colorado. I've been there. It's huge.
Yep, it is. We didn't go there, but we've seen it.
Huge.
Anybody? Mario.
Is it the Stanley Hotel?
Mario pulls it out. 2,000 points. Holy crap. That buzz did not mean you were wrong. That was a celebratory buzz. We are moving on here, guys. This is the last question of the third round. This question right here, this is worth 5,000 points. You guys ready for this?
Yeah.
This is my fucking show. So this question is going to be about me. All right? If I could be any monster, any character from any kind of scary movie, if I had to pick one, which one would I be?
Troy. The devil.
Troy, you are incorrect. I'm not down with the devil. Anyone else? 5,000 points.
I'd like to bone Mario.
Wow. Okay. All right. So if you get it right, you get 10,000. If you miss it, you lose 5.
I could have
Is the answer Jason?
That's your final answer.
Yes.
That is incorrect. Shane, do you want to try to compound upon his loss here and answer it? I'll give you a free guess. If you get it right, you get the 5,000 points. Mario, sorry, you lose 5,000. Mario loses 5,000 points.
Is this like documented anywhere, or can you just make it up as
Just think about me.
you're the only one that knows the answer?
What do you think I would be? It's my fucking show, dude.
Wait, what's
Say
on
Rock Paper
saying?
Podcast, motherfucker.
Yeah. I'll go with Michael Myers.
Didn't somebody just guess that a minute ago?
No, not on this question.
No, you guys are all wrong. I would be.
I'll give you a hint. From Twilight.
No, it's not. It's a vampire from Underworld. Okay? Come on. Hang out with Kate Beckinsale and just live forever and party all the time and shoot guns and stuff?
I'd want to be one of those badass fucking vampire / werewolf things.
Hybrid.
Let's be real,
Yeah.
okay? Don't really. You're just taking this off the rails. All right.
I'm just saying that would be
guys,
fucking badass.
Let's total up the points here. Let's look at the points. Troy, I want to let you know you have negative 2,000 points, my friend.
Yeah.
Shane, 4,550 points, my friend, is what you got. And Mario, because of getting boned by Shane's genius,
Hell yeah.
you have 3,800 points, which means
That is some fucking bullshit.
the winner of the 4th edition of the first paranormal edition of Stone Dog Paranormal Trivia is yet to be decided because I have a bonus question for 10,000 points. 10,000 points, guys.
What's the second most favorite character?
There's
The ocean.
The ocean.
my cat Mitch has 3 colors. What are they? What are her stripes? My cat Mitch has three colors of stripes. What are they?
Shane.
Shane.
Let's say gray, black, and white.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
Shane mops up, wins the competition on lock. The answer is indeed white, black, and gray. Shane, you just racked up how many points?
14,000 something.
14,550 points. Shane wins with the bonus question. Like I said, it can change anytime. It often does, and it damn straight just did. Shane, you just won.
Thank
the
you,
fourth
Gabe.
edition of the first edition of Stone Dog Paranormal Trivia. How does that make you feel?
I feel amazing. I don't know how I'm going to go to sleep tonight. I think I'm going to go to Disneyland.
Oh, wait, it's closed.
So that was fun. I appreciate you guys doing that with me. I wanted to talk a little bit about a few other things. Mario, there was a point where you wanted to be a youth pastor,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
There's
or like my late teens, early 20s.
So I would say you were pretty into that lifestyle, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Troy,
Every
do
day.
you have any experience like with religion or anything like that, Troy?
Well, besides owning a metaphysics store.
Yeah. Shane, are you Catholic or Baptist, anything like that?
No, my family, my mother's side, they were all raised Catholic, but we never even when I was young, we never really got into it. Never practiced anything, and like in high school for a while, I attended a church for we used to do this youth group thing, and because I enjoyed the youth pastor running it, but then I stepped away from that too, and just so I don't really practice any religion.
So just kind of bad experience with a certain person.
Well, I mean, it was fun for a while, but yeah, then I just got weird, and I'm like, I gotta get out of here.
Which that can happen. Understand. So what I'm kind of wanting to wrap that around here too is there's a theory, like I kind of mentioned earlier. I've heard it, I've read it since I was little, that aliens, what we think are aliens, are actually demons. Right? You guys ever heard that theory? There's lots of things out there that you can somebody will be looking at a flip chart and they'll tell you exactly how aliens got in their spaceships, but they're actually demons because Satan's the rule of the air and all this different stuff in the Bible and whatever. I don't know so much about that. It would be a pretty great deception, I'll tell you that. Right? I mean, let's say that the end of the world is upon us and there really is some master plan like that. I mean, like something coming out of nowhere that suddenly tells us exactly how to fix everything. That sounds pretty good, right? Demons being aliens, I don't really know what my opinion is on that exactly. I had a lot of experiences growing up with different things like that. When I was 12, 13, my dad and I and a bunch of church people went to Mexico and built a church in like a really poor part of Mexico. And there were people there that they didn't speak English, of course, and very, appreciative of our help and things like that. But we would have services every night. And there was one night where this kid showed up and he was getting prayed for. And all of a sudden he starts like spitting up blood. He starts speaking English. There were 4 grown men on top of him and he was lifting them off the ground. And I was, at the time, like I was a preacher's kid growing up. So I was actually praying for him and it just like something inside me just got emboldened. And I was talking to this thing. And I say this thing because like, I don't really know what happened, but what I do know is that it was saying my name and he told me that he knew who I was. So I don't know what that means. I don't know if this kid knew English and he's just fucking with all of us. But what I do know is that a kid that lived in the slums of Mexico lifted 4 grown men off the ground and started speaking English with his eyes rolled in the back of his head and spitting up blood. Like things about that sound like a seizure. Things about that also sound like what the fuck, I've also been in a church service where somebody calls me out, and, this happened to lots of people, but one guy in particular told me, I see you traveling someday and, doing, large things with music, and, Satan's always after your music, and but he's never going to get it. And it's just like, okay, but I look at my life and like, I haven't gone anywhere really musically. I have traveled with Logic and done music, but it's just like, you think back to when people say stuff like that to you, but it kind of goes back to what I originally said. Your mind always tries to make sense of what you know. So for all I know, it's some dude that's just some shyster that just said some weird things and whatever. But that's, what I can tell you is that every time I've been in an awful situation, like there was a time where me and my friend had done some stuff we probably shouldn't have done, and he started freaking out, and he told me, and still tells me to this day, that he believes he was possessed for a while. And he was going in and out of consciousness. This dude was like looking at me, and he would say, "Help me." He would like come out of his thing, and he'd be like, "Gabe, help me. Like, you have to help me." And then all of a sudden he just passed back out like he was asleep. He would talk, and then he would come up, and it was like he had a different personality. And I'm not making this up. This could be something he just made up. I mean, he's one of my best friends in the world. I don't know why he would. So, like, it gives me chills just thinking about it, because being there, that was messed up. And it like, he told me, I'm going to get up. I'm going to jump out that window. And I grabbed him and threw him up against the wall and wouldn't let him, but like, these things happened. Okay. I don't know if it was because of whatever we were doing in our younger 20s at the time, but that happened. I was there. So like I said, I'm not saying any of this is real or fake. It's just all kind of stuff that I wanted to talk about. Just go back to my favorite question on this show. Shane, how's that rub you?
That's some scary shit, man.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I've never had anything like that, but just listening to your stories, I mean, I believe you, just like I believe a lot of these people telling stories similar to that. And, but yeah, man, that's scary shit.
I'm not saying that anything that I've just said is for sure, like, this is what happened. I'm telling you, I don't know what happened. I don't think I'm crazy, and I don't think I'm making up anything. I think that anything's possible. As far as like, it could, like, all that stuff could be completely explained. I completely really think that is possible, but I just don't know, and that's why what I can tell you that has worked when I've been in bad situations is, and this is not, go, start tithing every week and go join a church tomorrow. I'm not saying that, but what I will tell you is that Jesus in general, like saying that name, praying like I learned to when I was little, that has always gotten me out of every bad situation I've ever been in when it comes to this stuff. So that's why, to me, it doesn't bother me, because when I get cornered, I go to that and it helps. Like, every time, there's no doubt. It's just, that's what it is. So it's almost like, to me, and maybe it's just because that's how I was raised and what was beat into my head or whatever, but what I can tell you is that when I get in situations where I do feel uneasy or anything like that, like, I don't get nervous. I get more mad. There's just some kind of boldness that comes up, and that's how I deal with it. And that solves the problem. So that could be, I'm making it up in my head. Again, I'm not saying any of this stuff is exactly how I'm taking it or how I'm theorizing it. It just is what it is. Troy, how's this all rub you? Think I'm crazy?
No, I think it's all real stuff. I think it's scary, I haven't had anything like that happen to me, but like, yeah, no, I think it's real.
Mario?
I absolutely believe that it's real. I've never actually witnessed anything, in person physically, but there's, I definitely feel like that there is definitely that out there that's real. Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty
That
fucked up.
shit's it's scary, man. It's really scary.
I guess it is. So to take away from this segment, I just revealed a lot of awkward, weird shit about myself, and you guys just think it's all scary. So that makes me feel a lot better. To reiterate, Shane doesn't care.
Do you think, I was going to ask, but do you think that any of that happened because of religion, or, you know, that you believe and everything? Like I'm just wondering, like, why you and not me? Like, I've never had anything like that, you know, and you have 2 stories to share that, you know, so do you think that those demons are, or whatever the source is that is coming at you in those stories, is it because that you are a believer and preacher's kid and everything? And
I think it's more likely that my mom or just whoever growing up was dumping so much into my head that that's more likely what my head goes to. And that's where, like, I've had those same thoughts. Like, it's like, okay, you know, I believe that there's some things that are real and can happen, but I also think that, especially when you're young, you can be manipulated by people, you know? And especially like with my parents, where if you're not doing exactly what they think you should be doing, then they just act like it doesn't exist. Like it's like a weird state of denial. It's really, really weird, you know? But yeah, I totally think it could be that, Shane. I think that that could definitely have something to do with it, which is why I brought it up, you know? I'm not saying that means anything or that's what it exactly was. I'm just telling you guys what I lived through. I mean, dude, there was one night where I woke up for school and my dad told me that a spirit named Athaliah visited him last night and told him that it was the spirit that was over the town, and for him to like stop doing what he was doing. And he said, I'm just going to go back to sleep. This is what he told me on the way to school. Okay. And he said, I'm just going to go back to sleep. And he said, it told him, well, I'm just going to go bother your son then. And I didn't know that. But what I can tell you is that the night before, for real, I did wake up. I remember waking up and my dog was freaking out, and it was like 3 a.m. and she was like running in a circle, like in the basement, which is not, Ladybug was old. Like she didn't really do that a lot. And she was like all up in my face. Now, do I think that went hand in hand? No. But when I'm, 13, 14 years old and you wake up and your dad tells you that on the way to high school, like, where's your mind going to go? Your mind's going to take every connection you can grasp and put it towards that because your dad just said that.
Right.
I'm not saying my dad's a bad person either. I'm just saying they very much believe in what they believe in. And I completely believe that they can wrap themselves up in it too much too at times, but that is stuff that happened to me. I mean, like I said, we'll talk about that in a second, but ghosts and scary monsters, like they were a thing that might be real, like that. Sure. I mean, I won't even say that. Ghosts and scary monsters growing up, like I wasn't scared of. And my son Buckley, like I teach him not to be scared of them either because they're not real, but my family, like demons and Satan and all that stuff, that was real. There was no question. Like when I was growing up, the rapture was like, I was told frequently, the rapture is going to happen. Like in my mind, the rapture was going to happen before I got married or before I graduated high school or anything. Like when I was little, I was just thinking the rapture is going to happen. Well, since all my friends give such a giant flying fuck about me, I guess we're going to take a little break here before we wrap up. There he goes. Mario, me and you have been in lots of different bands together, but one band that I think is one of both our favorites is Adler. Wouldn't you say?
Yes.
So I've got the entire Adler discography. What song do you think we should play in this break? What's a song that you have some guitar parts in that you're proud of?
Okay, Reflection.
Reflection.
Yeah.
Okay. This song is called Reflection. It's Adler with Ryan Jordan from the band Green Wheel making a little guest appearance, it's still super fucking awesome, but it was even more fucking awesome back in 2006 when he did it. It's fucking badass. This is Reflection by Adler on the Stone Dog Show with Gabe Stroop and friends. We'll be right back to wrap up with a little segment we call 6 Beer Drunk right after this break.
Say
Welcome back to the Stone Dog Show with Gabe Stroop, 4th edition, first episode of the paranormal edition of the 4th episode. Anyway, this is the Stone Dog Show with Gabe. This is the final segment. It's a little something I like to call usually 6 beer drunk. We're going to call it 6 scary beer drunk. You don't have to be drunk even. You could just be here. But basic premise, let's just shoot from the hip here, okay? Troy, what's your greatest fear? Your greatest fear. Not like doesn't even have to be a scary character. What are you most afraid of? Period.
I wouldn't say like don't like live my life in fear, but I would say like the worst way I could think of to die is be burned alive.
That would suck. Yeah, for sure. Shane? No, Shane's got no fear.
I wore the no fear shirt all the time as a kid, and I lived that life, man.
Yep. So Shane's fearless. Mario, what's your greatest fear?
Probably either, like Troy said, being burned alive or drowning.
I
Shane,
would say like not necessarily on that level, but like just being like unsuccessful and stuff. I like do a lot to push myself as to be something greater, and so I fear not being like I don't know exactly how to word that properly,
sense.
but
it makes sense for sure.
Yeah.
Freya, what's your greatest fear?
The dark and wolves.
All right. My wife's afraid of the dark and wolves.
Especially wolves in the dark.
Yeah.
My greatest fear would be like if I fell into a pit of like baby hands that were like mannequin baby hands, but they all started like moving, and then they all started growing into like wax babies or something that had like melted faces, and they were like coming at me, and like I was drowning in their wax bodies or something.
No.
That'd be fucked up.
That's awful.
Another thing that I'm most scared of, I would say being a dad. When I was younger, probably being buried alive, that'd suck ass. That's what I thought was scariest. Now, I think just like I try to make sure. Did you just throw something at someone?
I threw a can.
I try to make sure that I stay alive now because like I have 2 sons. So not being able to be there for them is probably the scariest thing for me. It's not so much even like checking out myself. It's just like not being able to make sure they're okay would be my worst possible fear, I think. Next to a giant ass spider that I'd have to fight. Scary monster character from a movie that you guys would want to fight if you had to choose. So if you had to choose a character from a scary movie that you had to fight, which one would you fight? Mario?
The leprechaun.
The leprechaun? Think you could just kind of weasel him a few jabs here and there and just get him?
I just really feel like the height advantage is just too much to overlook.
For sure. I see that. Shane?
Oh, man. I don't know. I'll go leprechaun. Because he was also like really funny. So as much as he was scary, I think he would make me laugh, and then I'd beat him up.
That's solid. Troy?
Stay Puff Marshmallow Man from Ghostbusters.
That's the one you'd take on?
Yeah, man, he's like made of marshmallow.
Put on your proton pack and just go to town?
Yeah.
He's delicious.
Well, he was also like 100 feet tall.
Just catch him on fire.
That's true, dude. Just munch down. Get some Hershey's. That'd be the shit. For sure. If I had to pick one, I'd probably pick the dumbass scarecrow that Troy picked earlier for the tournament because they're fucking dumb. Just punch him in his straw face. He's dead. But other than that, I'd probably pick a gremlin because I just never get them wet. I just hang out with them because Gizmo was badass.
Just let him be a Furby.
Gizmo is basically like my cat Mitch. Which would you guys absolutely not fight?
Freddy.
Okay, Shane?
I don't know. They're all pretty badass. I'll go Mike Myers.
That's a good choice.
He's big and strong, and
he's cursed, so he can't be killed.
And no matter how fast you run, he's always right there. So it's like,
yep. And he'll be back even if you do kill him. That's dumb. Troy?
Jeepers creepers.
Fucking dumbass scarecrow. Are you serious? God, dude, you lived a sheltered life, man. For real. If the scariest thing to you is some stupid fucking scarecrow.
The scariest thing to you is a Christian rock song.
That was a low blow. Low blow. Scary movies to me include Jaws. So I would not fight Jaws. There's no fucking way in hell I'd ever fight Jaws, because if you're in the water, how are you going to fight Jaws?
You can't. In the snout.
Wow. All right. Well, I want to wrap this up. Did you guys have fun tonight?
Yeah.
Do you think that I should keep doing this kind of thing, paranormal stuff, once a month?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Like if I get better guests, especially?
Particularly.
All right. Well, Troy, where can people find you if they want to find you online?
I guess theenchantedattic.com.
Theenchantedattic.com. Shane-O, the man-O from Rock Paper Podcast. Where can people find you,
rockpaperpodcast.com, and then you can find the podcast wherever you're listening to podcasting at.
Awesome. Mario, where can people find you?
You can find me at Pepsi in New Haven, Missouri. Now, you can find me on Facebook.
And We Can Escape, is that what it's called?
We Can Escape. Yep.
We Can Escape, not Weekend
Yes,
Escape. We Can.
We
Escape.
can.
Right.
We can.
Well, check that out. Guys, I want to thank you all very much for spending some time with me tonight. All right. I very much appreciate it on the first paranormal edition of the Stone Dog Show. My name's Gabe Stroop. You can find me online, Gabe Stroop, on Facebook. I have a band I put out music right now, 333 is the name of that band. 3.3.3 is how you can look it up. Me and Mario also have music. Sky Burnt White is the name of that band. So there's tons of stuff you can check out. If you want to support the show, you can do so via PayPal. I'll put that link in the bottom. Above all, guys, if you're still watching, please like, please share, please throw a subscribe, hit that button so that when I put out some new stuff, you can watch it. It would really be nice to get this growing a little bit bigger than what it is right now. But I appreciate everybody watching. Appreciate you guys being on. Again, my name's Gabe. Until next time, we are signing off. Bye-bye.